Hey guys, so just wanted to hop on here. I had a lot of people reach out after they saw my beef heart video, just kind of asking like, what are we doing? Why are we feeling better? Why are we glowing? It's the sardines, it really is. But just wanted to give an update. So Zach and I back, I guess it was like the 1st of January, we were watching the Jelly Roll interview and it really touched my husband, and he was like, we're gonna do this, we're gonna buckle down. He was like the biggest he's probably ever been in his life at that point. And so I was like, okay, let's buckle back down. We've had to eat pretty healthy for a long time due to our kids and some other dietary needs. One of our family members had alpha gal, and so for like 8 months I and my kids pretty much ate nothing but chicken and rice, because he couldn't tolerate anything. um, Thank God we got through that. I'll make another post on that soon if you'd like to hear about that. But after he did the acupuncture treatment, we slowly started trickling back in, Friday night pizza night, and letting them get chips and this and that and the other thing. So Zach said in January, let's really hit this. I want to do it. I want to feel better. He wasn't sleeping. He had no energy. His back hurt like an 80-year-old man. Chiropractor visits weren't doing anything. He was taking anti-inflammatory medication just to get through the day. His ankle was bothering him. Just not in a good mood. Depression comes easy for both of us. So that's something, I think a lot of people struggle with. So just wanted to make some changes. And so I was like, okay, we're going to buckle down. We kind of got into doing like the keto stuff. You might have saw like I posted some keto cheesecake or keto peanut butter cookies, whatever. I was still buying a lot of fruit though. Spending a ton of money at the grocery store. And I kept blaming our kids that they were eating everything, but it was me. I'm the problem with fruit and carbs. It's nothing for me to eat 6 apples in a day. Those opal apples that they come out with in the holiday time, I was just putting them away like nothing. I can eat a whole bag of grapes in no time at all. Bananas, if I'm on a little sugar binge, I'll eat 4 bananas back to back to back. Like I have no control over it. I've learned that. And so we were eating clean, healthy, but spending a ton of money, never feeling full. He was starting to slowly lose a little bit of weight, not a lot. And so I have been like having just random reactions to things. We nailed down gluten was a big trigger, whatever for me. Would throw me into like this weird rage, and then depression, and then inflammation and mastitis. I'm still breastfeeding our 2-year-old. Yes, I know. It's okay. Extended breastfeeding is okay. I'm sorry, I get a little spicy about it. Like, calm down. But I would get mastitis after eating gluten, and then figured out that tomatoes were making me react. So cut out the nightshades, and then eggs were messing with me. I would feel like I had sandpaper in my eyes when I ate eggs. And so I was like, I'm just reacting to everything. And I started looking online, and I found Michaela Peterson. I found some interviews on Kelly Hogan's channel that some women had healed kind of the same thing. They were just reacting to everything. They couldn't eat anything. They felt terrible. Mood swings, rage, like all this stuff. And so I was like, this is not uncommon. I'm not crazy. And so Zach watched some of those interviews, and we were like, okay, we're just gonna try this carnivore thing for a little while. Now, not doing this as some hype diet, whatever, just to feel better. So, if we throw in a handful of peanuts here or there, or whatever, it's not religion. I'm eating to feel my best and to get my mind back. If you guys are parents, You know, if you've been through postpartum depression or just been in the thick of not sleeping, like, you know what it feels like to start to come back to life. And this has been a whole nother level. Like, when I say I feel like I'm getting my brain back, I didn't even realize it was this far gone. Just being aware of things, being aware of habits, being aware of triggers and reactions, even emotionally, not even talking about food wise. It's just crazy. I know I have a lot of friends who are struggling with autoimmune. I pray you will just try this even for 3 days. 3 days. I'm not telling you this will work. I'm not telling you this will work for everybody. I'm not telling you to do it for 30 days. When we were on the fence about trying it, you know, everything was popping up. You're going to throw yourselves into diabetes, or you're going to get colorectal cancer, or, you know, you have to have fiber to poop. Do your research, make your own decisions. 3 days. Try it for 3 days and see how you feel. I would say within a week, I felt like my brain was coming back. I would say within 2 weeks, Zach was dropping substantial amounts of weight. I don't know where to go with this. If you want me to tell you like all the benefits or what we're eating first. What I eat in a day. I usually start out with bacon, some full fat Greek yogurt. I'll eat up to like a cup every morning. Few pieces of bacon, maybe even half a pound if I'm really hungry. Like I said, I'm still breastfeeding, so I am still burning a lot of calories, not even doing strength training or anything yet. If I could tolerate eggs, I would eat eggs every morning too. I can do the yolks. They're not as inflammatory, but I still notice they mess with me a little bit. So I'm still taking it easy on eggs. Zach eats egg bites every morning. I fix them for the week for him. I usually load them up with sausage, bacon, cottage cheese, and then shredded Kojak or whatever. For lunch, I will have a ground beef patty or two. I'll eat at least 2 cans of sardines. Y'all, I hate tuna. I can't even stomach it. It's disgusting to me. I think it's cat food. I started watching Patera on Appalachia's Homestead, and she was all about these sardines. I'm like, okay, I'm just going to go for it. I found the boneless, skinless. That's a huge thing. If you can get boneless, skinless, I order mine from Vitacost. They come usually like the next day or two. You can get them in plain water or olive oil. I get the water because who knows what's in that olive oil. Sorry, I'm not used to having bangs, but you know, why not change things? We're supposed to change. So I do my sardines every day now. I feel so much better when I have them. Is it something that I'm like, oh, I can't wait to have sardines? No, but my body is craving those nutrients. I can feel it. And then for dinner, we'll do, you know, either like a chuck roast cut up into small bites for the kids. We do a lot of ground beef. We do a lot of ground sausage. I learned how to make my sausage gravy with cream cheese and heavy cream. You could do, if you like pork, you could do pork steaks or a pork shoulder roast shredded up. We are not doing barbecue sauce and ketchup and all that anymore. Our kids, we let them have a little bit, but once Zach started like reading the sugar label, oh, praise God, praise God. I just get so happy when our eyes are open to things. He was like, no, don't buy any more of that. We're done with that. I mean, this is my husband, not me saying, no, you can't have it. This is him saying, no, I don't want that in here anymore. Please don't buy it anymore. Last night I did do pork sausage, and then I did some cabbage and cauliflower. Now, both of those can inhibit your thyroid a little bit. You want to make sure you cook them down good. And like I said, this isn't like some carnivore religion. Like, don't come at me and say that's not real carnivore. I don't care. I just want to feel good. I want my kids to feel good. So I did do that to kind of have like the oriental feel. I did not put my soy sauce. I did not put my sesame oil. I didn't put any of the stuff I used to flavor it up with. We just ate it like that. It was delicious. I had no reaction. Great. Tonight we'll probably go back to just beef or pork. What else have we been eating? My kids are slowly starting on the sardines. My 2-year-old will eat them, no problem. My 10-year-old will eat them, no problem. My 8-year-old, we're working on it. So your kids will do this when they have nothing else to eat. And I'm not saying we don't keep other food for them. I do buy a little bit of fruit for them and some vegetables. They always have something available, but we are just being so much more mindful about it. And I was trying to think what else we've been eating a lot of. We don't do a lot of processed meat. I do eat the venison sticks that we shoot our deer and stuff. I do buy the pepperoni, the big ones, to make like a pizza melt with mozzarella for the kids to have like their little pizza fix, and they will do marinara. I can't do the marinara right now. I'm hoping the longer we do this, the more my body will calm down, because inflammation is just leaving me every day. But right now I don't do the marinara. But pepperoni is pretty much the only processed food I buy. I don't buy ham or turkey. We've never really been deli meat people. I don't know. It just kind of grosses me out. Some cheese. The kids will eat cheese. I was eating a lot of cheese when I started. And this has all been, like a gradual change. I didn't just wake up the next morning and start this. We had already started going into keto. We don't eat sugar. Like, this isn't like we were eating ho-hos and ding-dongs every day. Like, we eat relatively clean compared to a lot of people. I'm not bragging. I'm just saying that's how we've had to do it with our health issues that we've had in the past. So I was already more like a honey and maple syrup person. I'm trying to cut down on my honey a little bit. I don't think it's bad. I'm not demonizing any food. But I know for me, with insulin resistance, anytime I have honey, it is causing me to produce insulin, which then causes a little bit of resistance in my body. So calming down on the honey, but I don't know where I started off with the sugar thing on that. We'd already cut out sugar though. Cheese. I was eating a lot of cheese at first. I'm not now. I'll get like a little slab of, like, a tablespoon of butter here and there. I'm not eating a whole stick of butter a day. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. I think it would help your kids sleep at night if they could take a big bite of it. I can't do a whole lot at once. It's almost like too rich for me. I don't know. So lots of butter, lots of sour cream, lots of yogurt. I'm eating a ton of yogurt, and I never used to like yogurt. So I get the Better Goods full fat Greek yogurt. Better Goods is owned by Walmart. Wherever you're at on all that, I don't know. I'm just doing what works for us and what we can afford, because stuff's crazy right now. I get my sardines from Vitacost. I love the Season brand, boneless, skinless, in water. It tastes just like fish to me. I throw it in with a big slab of butter, onion flakes, salt and pepper. Done. No problem. At first I was like making like a tuna salad, chicken salad type thing with them to try to get them down. Nope. Just put them in the pan and eat them. I do like to heat them up. I don't know. I'm just weird, but I haven't got to where I can eat them out of the can yet. So that's what we're eating. Improvements we've seen. Zach's back doesn't hurt. His ankle doesn't hurt. He's not waking up to pee 3 to 4 times in the middle of the night. He's sleeping all night long and waking up rested instead of exhausted. Inflammation just all around is down. I have not gotten mastitis near as many times as I was getting it for. I was getting it almost once a week for 2 to 3 days. It was miserable. Like, I know people are thinking, why didn't you just quit breastfeeding? But I didn't want to, for one. For two, there's a reason I was inflamed. I wanted to know what the hell was going on. So that has calmed way down. I'm hoping as we continue, it's going to just eliminate completely. Inflammation down, sleeping better. Mood is so much more stable. I'm not saying I'm a perfect parent. None of us are, but I'm also not going to give myself that lame, well, we're doing the best we can. No, if we know we need to work on things, we need to actively be doing as much better as we can every day. So working on that, but feel much more calm and stabilized. I got off coffee, all caffeine, back in December. I cut out the chocolate, all of that, and that helped a lot then already, but this has been even more so. Feeling like I could run a marathon after I eat instead of wanting to sit in my chair and sleep or lounge around like a lazy person. Gone. Your food should be fueling you. You should not be wanting to go take a nap at 1 o'clock after your lunch break. Okay? Plain and simple. I just got done eating. Can you tell I'm a little wound up? I had my sardines. Um, what else? Gas? Oh my gosh, guys. TMI, I know. But I was eating so much fruit and vegetables every day that by 8 o'clock at night, I was running my family out of the house because I couldn't quit passing gas. It was miserable. Like you can ask Zach. I don't care. We're open books to this. We don't want people to suffer. You know, we're so tired of people walking around like zombies but not wanting to take accountability for it. And I know we're all on our own path and God wakes us all up in our own time. But if you're suffering, do something about it. Quit running to, I'm not telling you not to go to the doctor, but quit thinking they're going to save you. They're not. A patient cured is a patient lost. So if you've been going to them for years and you're still miserable, something's got to give. So yeah, gas gone. I don't even have it anymore. Like it's crazy. It's crazy. Guys, you need fat, you need nutrients. If you are on a low fat diet, you're going to have dementia. You're going to have Alzheimer's. If you have a family member with dementia or Alzheimer's, the best thing you can do is get some beef fat in that person. Cook it down. If they have trouble swallowing, make a bone broth, throw some extra butter in there, throw some extra beef tallow in there. Get the fat in these people so that their brains can work. Your brain has to have cholesterol, okay? I'm sorry, I get really fired up because we have been living like miserable zombies for so long, and we don't have to. We don't have to. It's right there. It's right here. You can make simple food. That's another thing. My mind space that freed up from not trying to decide, oh, are we going to make spaghetti tonight? Oh, are we going to make tacos? Throw some patties on the grill and go. It's getting warm outside. I want my kids running around anyways. Eat a patty, grab you a handful of raspberries and get out the door. Simple. Simple as that. It'll free up your mind space. My grocery bill has went down. Yes, meat is more expensive, but they're not snacking 24/7. I'm not eating 6 apples a day or 2 bags of grapes a day. Fruit is so high and it's so adulterated. Wherever you're at with the whole spraying stuff, I'm not going to get into it with you. Not going there on this. But what you're eating is not what your great-grandparents were picking out of their little family orchard. So, in my opinion, at this point, I'm thinking it's best to just skip it. Unless you're growing it in your garden. See how you feel without it. The more I'm reading, there's so many great people out there that are speaking on this, but they have been shadow banned. And you can't find them unless you know who to look up. But just all about the phytic acid in oats and almonds. So my child that has all the issues, he lived off oat milk and almond milk for so long. Oh my gosh, I regret it so much, so much. And, we made oat pancakes and we make almond flour cookies. And there's so much phytic acid and stuff in that. They can block you from absorbing the nutrients your body is so desperately needing. It's just crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy that we're not talking about this, that we don't know about this, that people are suffering, that marriages are ending because your husband's snoring so loud, the wife's gassy, nobody wants to be around each other at night. What do you expect? Marriages are going to fail. Zach hasn't snored in I don't know how long now. Like I said, we started in January. We really started buckling down here in February. Because I just kept having reactions when I was making our clean stuff with marinara or whatever. So I think so many people need to hear this. If you can eat sardines, start eating them. Please try it. So glad that I watched that little homesteader Patera lady and I was like, you know what, if she can do it and she's saying this makes her feel so good, why can't I? They are so good for iodine, for zinc, for selenium, all these things. And I had a lot of women reach out to me when I posted about oysters. I take an oyster supplement. Love it. Huge game changer for me too. But a lot of women reach out, and I know there's probably 20 times that are also suffering, but they didn't reach out. I get it. It's hard to be vulnerable. It's hard to say I'm struggling. It's nobody's business if you're struggling. But if you would start eating the right food and stop tanking your thyroid with these stupid coffee sugar bombs that everybody's drinking to look cool, you could wake up, it could help you so much. So, get your sardines in, try oysters. I get mine from Oyster Max through Marine Health Foods. I can give you a a code to get a little discount. I'm not expecting to make money off those things. It's not a pyramid scheme. It's not a multi-level marketing thing. I just want people to feel better. I feel better. I started going to dance once a week with my girl Delcy. Oh my gosh. It's just such a happy atmosphere. I take my kiddo. It's a night for me and her to bond. You know, I want her to see her mom thriving and not just surviving. And I want her to see that you can be healthy and strong and happy and not be worried about the number on the scale, just to be strong and healthy. I'm not worried about losing weight. I just want to have my mind back and better than it was before. So that's where we're at. I don't know how much of this we'll post. I want you to feel better. I want to help others. If this resonates with you, let me know. A lot of people have reached out like, I'm having all these random reactions and stuff. With the way things are going in the world, it's going to get worse because our bodies weren't meant to endure some of these things. Our bodies weren't meant to endure the stress of everything we're looking at online all day, every day. They weren't meant to endure 3 hours of binge watching Netflix thrillers that keep you scared and on the edge of your seat all night. So your nervous system is shot, and it's going to keep getting worse. But if you're just now having reactions, in my opinion, that's not an allergy. That's your system in fight or flight and overreacting, like mine has been. And so, you know, that's when I think you need to take a look at lowering your inflammation, lowering your stress. Let's take a step back, calm down, and see what we can do ourselves before we go running to someone else thinking in a white coat that they're going to help us, when they've proven time and time again that sometimes they don't. Sometimes they do. Not coming at you guys in the medical field. Not coming at you. I'm just saying we have to take accountability. And, you know, we know a lot of people who are suffering that they just refuse to even admit, hey, I need to quit smoking. Or, hey, I need to get off those nasty drinks. Or, hey, maybe I just need to go take a walk after dinner with my family every night. We got to take accountability. That's first and foremost what we have to do. So, that's where we're at. Those are just some of the things we've noticed that are better. I'm sure there's a million more, and I you know, there's just so many things that have changed. We just feel so much better and happier and calmer. And so God has been good. God has been leading us. You know, I keep thinking I wish we were eating this way 10 years ago, but there's a reason for everything. You know, we've walked through alpha-gal. We've walked through dealing with hidden mold in our home. We've dealt with depression, dealt with alcohol addiction, dealt with scrolling addiction. I am the worst when it comes to social media. My kids have been on me, you need to start a YouTube channel. I'm like, I hate social media, but also it is such a tool for people, reaching people. And had we not had it, I would have never figured out what was going on with our family member with alpha-gal. I praise God every day. I saw a post about fume reactions with that. He was so reactive, he was reacting to just smells. And I'll make another post about alpha-gal if you want. But that's where we're at. If you have autoimmune issues, try carnivore. Just try it. 3 days. And then see how you feel. There are certain things you need to eat a lot more fat than what you think. It's been really hard for Zach to eat enough fat. He said, you know, he kept thinking restriction, because that's how we've been taught to lose weight. And I said, no, you have to fuel your cells enough for them to feel safe to let go of this excess fat. And so he's really coming around to that idea. It's still hard though. And we've been so conditioned to think fat-free, sugar-free, you know, limit the calories. Y'all, I'm eating so much food. I'm stuffed and I'm not bloated. I told Zach, I think I might be getting a 6-pack, and we haven't even started like strength training at all. I'm just lifting my 40-pound 2-year-old. So, I don't know. Do what you want. It's working great for us. I've never felt better. I've never wanted to be on this side of the camera, but I feel like this is information that needs to get out there from a regular person, okay? You can watch doctors all day, whatever. I would highly recommend, if you're struggling with anything, look up Kelly Hogan's thing and just see. She's got a channel and she interviews tons of women who have healed all kinds of things. Again, Michaela Peterson is a good one if you're having lots of reactions that are unexplainable. Who's another one we like? I love Patera. Patera's not a carnivore influencer. She's just a homesteader, but her husband has congestive heart failure, and so they started really locking in like last July, I think. He's lost almost 100 pounds, and now he is like full on going for it, carnivore, and they feel great. So do what you want with this information. Start eating nose to tail. We ate the beef heart. We loved it. Zach said it tasted like sirloin to him. The kids ate it with no problem. I used to eat chicken hearts when I was little, and my mom used to butcher chickens, and I did kind of taste like the hearty taste to it. I don't know. It's hard to describe. I'm just super sensitive to taste and smell, but it wasn't bad. I've got a beef tongue in my freezer that we're going to try to cook up. We'll see what happens with that. I haven't gotten to where I can do liver yet. It's so strong, tasty, smelly. I do take Ancestral supplements, and then Perfect Supplements has a female one that's a little cheaper than Ancestral, so I started taking that. It's got like bovine, ovary, uterus, fallopian tube, all kinds of stuff, but you know, if it helps, it helps. Our ancestors, our grandparents ate nose to tail. They ate organs. They felt great. My 87-year-old grandma is doing so well. She could outrun me in a week as far as how much she goes out and plays with her friends, like plays cards and stuff. But she eats sugar all the time. And she's thin. She's thin. She's funny. But she has mineral stores that I don't have because it's been lost through the generations. You know, her mom ate organs. Her grandma ate organs and had better quality soil that wasn't so adulterated and better quality water that didn't have all this runoff in it. I'm not coming at you guys again. I know I got farming friends on here. I'm not coming at you. I'm just saying you need to think about some things, okay? You need to think about the quality of what you're putting in your body because you have to eat like your life depends on it because it does, okay? It does. Our kids, I've seen it. My God, there's so many things I would do different. But we just want to help other people. We want you to think about everything you're putting in your mouth. I'm not saying this has to become some obsessive thing. I'm not telling you to get carried away with anything. Just do as good as you can, as much as you can, and see how much better you feel. Okay. I guess I'm going to say like and subscribe because I don't know. The kids want me to do this. We'll see what happens. I don't know. Share it with somebody who needs to know you're not crazy if you're reacting to food, and there is hope. You can heal. Start eating more beef fat and whatever fat you can tolerate. If you can't have beef because of alpha-gal, I would be going to the chicken farmer, not Walmart. I would be going to a chicken farmer and eating the best quality chickens I can get and cooking up some chicken stew, chicken broth. Throw the feet in. If you can get them good and washed, get as much fat as you can in your intestines to line your intestinal lining. Heal that sucker so you can start eating more food. Okay? We don't eat chicken. I lived off chicken for 8 months during this whole alpha-gal thing. I don't want it anymore. The only way I'll eat it now is if I go buy it from an Amish who I trust or a chicken farmer I trust. It's high in omega-6. If you're having food issues, you need to lower your omega-6 and get your omega-3s. Get the sardines in. They need to be wild caught. Okay? I love Season Brand. Easy peasy, quick, filling. You're not going to be starving in 5 minutes because it's so nutrient dense. Your body's going to be like, oh, thank you. Okay. See you later.